What's up, world? Welcome to a new episode of Bleed Black and Gold. As you know, I am the host, Brandon man. Like always, on all podcast platforms. I'm sorry, I'm kind of moving this damn thing. On all podcast platforms everywhere. BrandonJaneauShow, social media platforms, um, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, BrandonJaneauShow, and of course, YouTube channel, BrandonJaneauShow, man. Um, Well, the last few episodes I get to do a bleed black and gold, man. It's kind of crazy, but let's get to it. So the Saints are now a two have won what back-to-back games in the last 2 weeks, so that's pretty crazy. Um, they need to win all five of their games, like I've been saying for the last couple of weeks. If they were to win the next couple of games, they will be officially in the playoffs. They beat today. They beat the New York Giants and Tommy DeVito and the New York Giants. They beat them 24-6 was the victory. Um, we played two pretty much nine discrete offenses, pretty two bad back to back offenses. We should have won. It should not have been really a struggle. But it was. It was literally 6-7 going into freaking halftime. I mean, that's the Saints for you. Offensively, again, very the offense is the offense. I'm to the point now with the offense where I'm done. We're trying to figure it out. Um, yeah, the offense is the offense, and I think that you know for who we are as a team in New Orleans, man, we have. eh, like I said, the Saints, the Saints scored pretty much most of their points all in the third quarter. But the defense today, man, is really where I want to give so much praise to because the defense showed up and showed out in this game, man. They did not. We didn't get a turnover, but I think we sacked them maybe 7, 8 times in this game. It was a lot of. You could tell that the defense was very smart in how they particularly strategized how to play this team. They did an amazing job on the stunts, a lot of stunts, a lot of movement up front where it kind of got Tommy DeVito in the New York Giants offensive line confused. One of the sacks, the damn offensive line had three people on one person, while the other one just ran free and hit the damn quarterback. So that's just how the Saints were today. They played defense today, man. Um, Derek Carr didn't have a super bad game. He didn't also have a super crazy game. It was decent. It gave us what we needed to win. You know, the Giants defense pretty much got worn down after a while. They was trying to stop us physically, stop us, and after a while they were just tired. You could tell they didn't have enough to stop us. Um, all in all, man, the Saints are now 7-7, and due to the loss today by the Atlanta Falcons to the Carolina Panthers, which I kind of knew Carolina was gonna beat them, but still, that's kind of just like really. Um, we are now in the seventh position. Now, of course, what does that really mean? Seventh position. What does that mean? Well, we now hold the keys to the playoffs for ourselves. We now have two ways of getting into the postseason, and this is very simple. Win out, we win the NFC South, we will be the fourth seed. Pretty simple. We have a home game at home. We're good. The other scenario is we win two of the last three, and the two games that we have to win is Thursday night against the Rams and the last game of the season, which will be against Atlanta. Atlanta being 6-8, us beating the Bears, which kind of puts them at 5-10. Us beating the Giants, beating them, putting them at 5-10. The Bears losing today against the Browns, 5-10. The Vikings losing yesterday. Seattle playing Philly tomorrow, which is going to be looking at this game today against the Bills and the Cowboys. It looks like, and also 49ers in Arizona, the Eagles have a chance to not only get back in the front of the NFC East, they have an easier road to get to the NFC East. So Crown, but particularly Seattle is 6-7, and if they lose tomorrow, they're 6-8, which means they really have they need a lot of help getting into the playoffs. So pretty much tomorrow, next Thursday night when we play the Rams in LA, that's more of a playoff game than what people probably would even think of. And plus, on top of that, Minnesota 7-7. They got Nick Mullins as the quarterback, and they got to go against Detroit. And Detroit now has an opportunity to officially get in the playoffs next week. And if they beat the Vikings, because the next 2 weeks they got the Vikings again, and then they got the Cowboys after that. So in the next 2 weeks, the the Detroit Lions have to win at least one of those three games. And if I'm a betting man, I'm pretty sure they're gonna probably come out and play the hardest against the Vikings just to make sure they got the division locked up. So to be 7-7, you know, pretty much 500 to start this, to be 7-7, 500 with 3 games to go, playing on Thursday night football against the Rams. It's one of those like if it plays out the way it's supposed to play out for us, we get a very interesting situation. But even if we don't win the division, we still control our own fate going into the playoffs because of, like I said, the scenarios at the time. Seattle's in a free fall. The Rams are good, could make the playoffs, but again, if we beat them Thursday night, we officially will probably be we will have the a better record than them, clearly. But on top of that, we will also have the tiebreaker over them because we beat them. So the Saints have 2 ways to get in the playoffs. The simplest way is to win the division, win out, win the division. And Atlanta's offense is not getting better. And then you come to the dome for the last game of the season. That's a very hard game to win. I feel like we lost that game in Atlanta because we were trying too hard to just throw the ball and it just didn't make any sense. The game today was to see Derek Carr without Chris Olave, to see Derek Carr without Michael Thomas, to see Derek Carr without those guys. We got a chance to see what is he, and he played pretty fucking well. It wasn't a bad game. He did enough to win the game. Again, Pete Carmichael's play calling sucks. There's no way in hell we should have been. It should have been 7-6 going into halftime. That makes no fucking sense. But for what the Saints is for the last 2 weeks, you're seeing them kind of now starting to wake up and figure out who the fuck they are, and that's something that I think is very interesting. Like I said last week when I did this show, Marshall Lattimore and Michael Thomas should be in consideration to come back in the next couple, maybe Thursday. If not Thursday, then definitely in the Tampa Bay game, which now seems like could be for the division. The Saints have for how bad this season has consistently been for us. I never thought in a million years we control our own fate to get into the playoffs. The question is, will we get into the motherfucking playoffs? That is it. They're starting to use Jamal Williams more, which I've been saying for fucking months. Like, dude, use this man. You have this man here. This man led the league in rushing touchdowns last year. You haven't done shit with him. Why? I do not fucking know. Use this man. And now that we are starting to kind of get into a point where, okay, Derek Carr can't throw the ball 50 fucking times in a game. We got to use what we got. I'm starting to realize, like, okay, the Saints probably have a chance to really. The Saints have a chance to get in the playoffs. And I think that is a very important thing. What happens in the next 3 games, again, shows us where we stand in this conversation. I don't know. I don't know. Thursday night is gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be the hardest game to play because Thursday night is the Rams. The Rams are playing Washington right now. And they look like a really good team. That's gonna be the hardest game because of how their defense play and how their offense operates. That's a game we could really struggle with. But the Tampa Bay game, Tampa Bay has no defense. They have an offense. They have no defense, but they have an offense. But I feel like we kind of gave Tampa Bay that game. We just didn't show up in that game. And now that we will have actually something to play for, it's different when you play them in week 2 or 3 and nobody you care less about this game. Now that it's week 16 and you, well, 17, and you have to win the game. I want to see how they're gonna look. All in all, man, um, I really don't have anything to say about the game today outside of we control our own destiny now. That's pretty much what it is. We control our own fate when it comes to the playoffs. I don't know what we do, and the next 3 games are gonna be very interesting to see. But for the most part, man, for what we are right now in the season, to be at 500 with a chance to make it to the playoffs, damn, you know what I'm saying? Damn. So let's see what happens. Till next time, man. I am Brandon Janeau. This has been the Brandon Janeau Show. This has been Bleed Black and Gold. I see y'all Thursday. I talked. I gotta do episode Thursday, and then the next 2 episodes will be pretty much for season 10 of my podcast, and we shall see. But until next time, man. Um, Saints winners, 24-6 over the New York Giants. Who that? Peace.